tonight, Israel has once again expanded its military operations here in the Middle East by bombing targets in Yemen. Further airstrikes on Hezbollah targets here in Lebanon have also continued through the day. The killing on Friday of Hezbollah's leader Hassan Nasrallah has marked a rapid escalation in this conflict. Well, Israel announced the latest airstrikes in Yemen, which targeted power plants and the port of Hodeidah, were their response to missile attacks by the Iranian-backed Houthis. The Houthi-run health ministry has said at least 4 people were killed and 29 wounded. And here in Lebanon, Israel attacked more than 120 targets across the day. Well, in a moment, we'll hear from our senior international correspondent, Orla Gerlin, who's returned from the Bekaa Valley to assess the impact of Israel's campaign there. But first, let's get the latest on those Israeli airstrikes in Yemen and head to Jerusalem. Our correspondent, John Donison, is there. John, why has Israel decided to do this now?
Well, Israel says it attacks those who attack it. And ever since the war erupted in Gaza almost a year ago, the fear has been that the conflict there could escalate into a wider regional war. And those fears were not eased today.
Israel's military reach and power is long and strong. This is not Lebanon or Gaza, but almost 2,000 kilometers away in Yemen. The target, one of the country's biggest ports and 2 power stations, controlled by Iranian-backed Houthis. The operation directed by Israel's defense minister.
We have no interest in expanding the war. We have no interest in looking for additional fronts. But if somebody attacks Israel, as the Houthis have recently done with missiles, and throughout the war with cruise missiles and drones, anyone who carries out such an attack, we will settle the account with them, and we know how to do it.
Israel is not holding back. Its Air Force releasing footage as they set off for the raid. And earlier today, it says it shot down another drone launched from Yemen. For the past year, the Yemeni Houthis have been trying to influence the conflict in the Middle East. This is their commandos seizing a British-owned ship in the Red Sea last November. They have long-range missiles, are supported by Iran, and are fiercely opposed to Israel. Speaking yesterday, the Houthis' military spokesperson Yahya Saraya said they wouldn't stop until Israel ended its aggression against Gaza and Lebanon. Today's strikes in Yemen highlight another dangerous front in a war that threatens to engulf the region. John Donison, BBC News, Jerusalem.
Well, Israel also continued throughout the day today to launch airstrikes in the east of Lebanon. Around 50 people were told to have been killed in that particular series of strikes. And our senior international correspondent, Orla Gerlin, has sent this report from the Bekaa Valley.
Israel keeps hitting hard. For now, it looks unstoppable. This is the Bekaa Valley this afternoon. There were at least 30 airstrikes in an hour. Danger in every direction. And new dead. Our neighbours, the Jamil family, are all gone, he says. As more airstrikes rain down, Noor Moussaoui lies in intensive care. She is 6 years old and was injured on her own doorstep on Monday. Her family say she's intelligent and chatty and loves meeting new people. But here, shortly before the attack, she was afraid and praying.